Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Good evening. Wow, where is everybody tonight? Holy smokes, there's like nobody on right now. Check it out. Here's my face. All right, so not much in the chat to start. Holy smokes. Guys, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel on the way in. It doesn't cost you a single thing, and it helps the channel immensely. So it will be greatly appreciated. So yeah, definitely go ahead and do that. What else do we got here? Bruno, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Yo, Lily's in the house. Multi-Planet Pro, what's going on? Shane, yo, round two. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Market's starting to run a little bit here. Having a little bit of green going on. H. Barbarina in the house. What's going on? So, yeah, look at JASMY starting a little green candle action here. 3 cents, 635. This played out absolutely flawlessly, guys. Absolutely flawlessly. Just like we said, we had our breakout. We closed above the 30-day SMA. We came back down with a perfect retest of the top of the trend line. Closed a candle outside of it. Confirmed we are on our way to the moon. We got to get back up over the 4 cent level now that we've confirmed the breakout on the falling wedge pattern. And we'll kind of take it from there. Hopefully Bitcoin doesn't hinder us too much, right? If Bitcoin pumps or at the very worst case scenario kind of trends sideways, we should see breakouts on some of these charts. And we're going to get into a couple of them. Sam, what's up, man? Coffee was messed up, so I got to fix it. Got to fix it, man. Got to fix it. All right. So... so things are looking like they could break to the upside. DJ No Delay, what's up, man? My first time catching the live. I love me some JASMY. I hope all-time highs 5 and beyond. Let's freaking go, man. Welcome to the live. Awesome to have you here, my friend. Awesome to have you here. Let's go down to the lower time frames and see what kind of momentum we're looking at. So, yeah, we're above the 30-day SMA on the 4-hour right now. Yeah, so there's nothing really. A little bit of a Bart Simpson pattern here going on the 4-hour. Break to the downside, but starting to climb back up. Going down even further, trying to look for some momentum. See how this played out, guys? I pointed this out, I think last night. We have our head and shoulders pattern right here. And sure enough, bam, we broke to the downside. So it played out perfectly on the hourly time frame. Let's clean this up a little bit here now. So, yeah. But we're working our way back up. Right now, we've rejected off the 100-day SMA on the hourly. Hopefully we can break above there. Most RSIs are either in the neutral or creeping into the oversold region, which is good. We're starting to see exhaustion in the sellers market. So that's JASMY. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Let's have a look at what Bitcoin's doing. Almost exactly the same thing that JASMY's doing on the daily time frame. Closed at 95,000. Guys, listen, if we start closing daily candles below 95,000, we're definitely coming down to test 92, possibly 85 to 88, and in an absolute worst case scenario, 78 to 80, right? So that's what you got to keep an eye on. So let's hold 95. Let's not close any daily candles there, but below there, but we are starting to put in higher lows, which is good, right? So we're starting to see some momentum to the upside. But honestly, guys, for Bitcoin, I honestly feel like we're just going to kind of ping pong here for a little while, right? And I think altcoins might be able to take advantage of it and kind of move sideways for a bit. Way of the Taco in the house. What is going on, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. Scott, what's up, man? JASMY is toast, isn't it? Or buy more, have faith. For me, man, it's buy more, have faith. But I mean, I can't give you financial advice, unfortunately, right? But JASMY most definitely is not toast. And even if it was toast, I love me some toast, you know? Put a little scrambled eggs on that toast, maybe a couple strips of bacon, slice of cheese, boom, breakfast sandwich. There you go. JASMY is a winner. What's up, Rob? Leo in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. All right, so yeah, so that's what Bitcoin's looking like. Multi-planet, but JASMY now holds for 6 years, retired. Yes, easy breezy lemon squeezy. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, I got you covered, man. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes, brother. Okay, let's go have a look over at the bubbles. Let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. Swift is having itself one hell of a good time right now. Check this bad boy out. I just uploaded a Swift video, by the way, guys. Check out the tools. I'll show you on the live stream here, but some pretty cool stuff going on with Swift. New AI implementation. Very, very cool. Funny how Swift is running against Bitcoin and against the rest of the market. Pretty much nothing else is pumping except for Swift and Velodrome. So very, very cool. From Brazil, my man, Isaac, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, as always, man. Ricky, I love how Pudgy Penguins crosses the divide between the physical. Cool, man. Cool. I dig it. All right, so yes, across the market, though, guys, I did some DCAing today. If you are over on the Patreon or you're a member on the YouTube member side, you know what I was buying today because I put my buy orders out earlier today. So definitely check that out. All right, so let's get into our first clip, shall we? Let's get into some of the news. People are looking to hold more Bitcoin, not less. Blockchain Association CEO Kristen Smith.
President-elect Trump has picked crypto supporter Paul Atkins to chair the Securities and Exchange Commission. This comes after 4 years of Gary Gensler's tough take on digital assets. Joining us now to discuss Trump's pro-crypto picks and how they will reshape the industry, Blockchain Association CEO Kristen Smith. Kristen, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm wondering, because I've had this question that I've asked myself, I've asked others since Trump was elected, and we've seen this sort of astronomical rise in Bitcoin. What specifically are the regulations in place that have handcuffed Bitcoin's growth, in your view, that will now be lifted under this new administration?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. When we talk about the SEC, we're really talking about things other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been perceived to be a commodity and it's been something outside of it. But the fact that there isn't a basic regulatory framework for the exchanges and the trading of these assets, I think is something that has kept people out of Bitcoin. When you look at all of the institutions, the wirehouses and others, they see like, oh, they think this is unregulated. And if there were regulated markets like people are used to having with financial assets, I think people would be more open to coming into Bitcoin. But, you know, I'm in the camp of going back to that survey. I think it goes to 200 before it goes to 50. I think that, you know, you have a lot of people that are learning about Bitcoin for the first time. And I think, you know, as more and more sort of retail financial advisors are advising their clients to do this, I think that we're going to see more people come into Bitcoin. Also, we see a lot of countries around the world or even states around the United States that are building Bitcoin reserves. I'm not sure that's something that the US is going to do right out of the gate, but people are looking to hold more Bitcoin, not less. And so I think just having that change of attitude from the top, having a president who says, hey, we want the US to be the capital of this industry. We want to fight for you. We're behind you. We're going to get the rules right. We're going to get it done here. Just having that change of attitude at the top makes a tremendous amount of difference.
Kristen, I have a question, and I don't know what the chances are that this happens, but I have been wondering whether there's going to be a backlash. So one of the things that we were talking about this earlier this morning, there's this article in the Journal just about how Russia is now using Bitcoin in part to get around some of their own issues and to get around some of the financial system and the like. And while clearly this President-elect Trump has been very bullish about Bitcoin and wants to figure out crypto, I wonder whether there's going to be an argument made at some point that potentially this could be a negative for the sovereignty of the US dollar long term. and that if it actually has great success, it could actually create real problems, and whether that will actually be anti-American. I'm not suggesting that is the case.
Yeah,
I just wonder
yeah.
whether that at the farther we get along in this dialogue and discussion, you could see some people say actually to be quote unquote America first, actually Bitcoin would be at odds with that, oddly enough. And so I just wonder sort of how you think this whole thing shakes out.
Yeah, no, I think that's an interesting question. I think, if you look outside of Bitcoin and go over to stable coins, dollar-backed stable coins are really the true source of power for the American dollar. Because when you have something like Bitcoin, that price fluctuates. As we see, it's down a little bit today. People around the globe want to have a stable place to hold their money. And when, most of these stable coins are backed by U.S. treasuries, it's tremendously important for the dollar. It gives anyone around the world easy access to the dollar that they can move around quickly. And so, I think when we're looking at U.S. strength for the dollar, I think we need to be looking more at stable coins than at Bitcoin. But, listen, I think there is a magic moment here. I am not, I've been working in Washington for almost 25 years. These are incredibly rare moments. You don't have an industry that has such a pro-crypto Congress, both on the bipartisan level, right? As well as a pro-crypto president. I mean, these are really, really unique situations that we find ourselves in within the crypto industry. And so my message working with the industry has been, we got to strike while the iron's hot here. We need to work on getting the appropriate legislation done. We also have this rulemaking pathway that wasn't available in the last administration. So we could have the SEC or the CFTC use the authority that they clearly have to help move the ball forward to find that regulatory framework that works for the industry. And so, I think that this is a real opportunity, but we need to act now as an industry. We need to do it in a unified way, or we're going to miss this moment, and there could end up being some sort of backlash or something that sets us back again, and then we have to continue to build up that political capital.
So in terms of that regulatory framework that you referred to regarding the exchanges specifically, what are some of the tent poles of that you're seeking? I mean, what are some of the hallmarks, and how will they affect the likes of a Coinbase or a Robinhood?
Yeah, I think if you talk to any of the exchanges or the brokers that are out there today, is they want a place to be able to go and register. Like, they want to have government with some oversight to ensure that there aren't conflicts of interest, that things are running smoothly, that there isn't any funny business going on at that level. When you have a centralized entity that's performing those types of services. This doesn't apply to DeFi. This is just for the centralized platforms. And we also need to figure out some way to solve this issue of what are these tokens. This issue of token classification has been a problem for a long time. And then some, basic rules around custody. These are all things that would be very easy to do, but some of them, there are not clear authorities today. So we need Congress to actually pass a law to do that. But I think having a place for these exchanges to register would be very helpful in moving the market into the next generation here.
And just quickly, you said 200 before 50, but does it ever go back to 50, or is that history?
I think it's history. I mean, listen, I'm the policy person, right? I work in Washington. I am not Bitcoin rich myself. So, listen, I think that more people are opening up to this. I think it's gone so mainstream in the short time that I've been doing this work, and I think that when people realize that, boy, I want to have 1%, 2% of my retirement portfolio in Bitcoin, that is kind of a one-way street. And I think as we're talking with different institutions, there's been this shift of they can't afford to not have an informed position on this. And I think that, ultimately is going to lead more and more people to buying Bitcoin over time.
My bottom target in the bear market for Bitcoin is $45,000 to $65,000. Michael Vanderpop, it's time for a new all-time high of the week video. So he's just posting the video here talking about his new all-time highs. We're not even close. I like that Michael talks a lot about how altcoin season is coming. He shows a lot of metrics and stuff, and I agree with him wholeheartedly on a lot of what he says, because we read a lot of the same metrics. So we use a lot of the same tools. Will Bitcoin's price continue to decline? Recent fluctuations in Bitcoin prices have sparked worries among traders, leading to increased selling activity within the broader cryptocurrency market. Some experts are forecasting that Bitcoin could potentially dip below $80,000 mark as market sentiment continues to erode. The abrupt decrease in Bitcoin's value can be linked to several elements adversely affecting investors' confidence. A notable surge of BTC entering exchanges has resulted in heightened selling pressure. Crypto commentator Ali Martinez highlighted that 33,000 BTC have recently been removed from exchanges, amplifying market volatility. This decline coincided with the impending options expiry on the Deribit platform, valued at $18 billion, which further exacerbated market fluctuations. Deribit noted options expirations can lead to sudden price fluctuations, indicating potential for erratic trading behavior. Yes, I think that's tomorrow, guys. Is it tomorrow? I can't remember. A lot of options are expiring on Ethereum and Bitcoin coming up. I want to say tomorrow. So we could see some high volatility. Not the best time to be doing any kind of leverage trading. Although institutional interest in Bitcoin remains strong, recent market dynamics have dampened investor spirits. MicroStrategy's acquisition of BTC sparked a decline, although other entities are also engaging in similar buying activities. Many analysts remain hopeful, asserting that Bitcoin could hit $100,000, urging investors to stay vigilant and attuned to market trends. The unpredictable nature of the crypto market may not significantly impact Bitcoin's long-term acceptance and market viability. Experts anticipate that as the market matures, particularly in the coming quarter, the potential for substantial gains remains viable, supported by ongoing institutional interest and adaptation. Yamaha in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my friend. Leo, I have a cousin living in Canada. Nice. Crypto Holmes, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, what else do we have? Let's go have a look at the Swift chart, guys. Why not? All right, so we have our breakout on Swift moving to the upside. Now the question is, will we continue to move up out of this golden pocket? I think we're going to move, hopefully break. We're going to retest this 1 cent, 1-2 level. It acted as a pretty strong level of resistance up here. I would like to see a break through that, but it's possible we could see a fall to the downside here to retest the top of this trend line first before we go. Just like I showed you guys over on JASMY here. Let me show you guys on the JASMY chart, okay? Check this out. Exactly the same structure. We had our breakout, but look what we did. We came back and we retested the top of the trend line for support to confirm the breakout before closing our candle outside of here, which means now we will continue to the upside. Again, going back over to Swifts, we are just about half a week behind the same pattern playing out that JASMY just did. We have our breakout. We may come down and retest it first and then break to the upside. So it's funny how these things kind of work, right? And then even funnier than that on Swift, check this out. Go over to Onyx Coin's chart, and what do we have? The exact same pattern getting ready to play out, right? We need the breakout. We broke out, but came back inside. So we're inside right now. We're holding a strong level of support right about here. Now we're trying to test the trend line again right now as we speak. Can we get a breakout on this daily candle and then again confirm the breakout and go to the upside? It's funny because Swift, Onyx Coin, and JASMY are all in the exact same structured pattern right now, right? And Swift is about 4 to 5 days behind JASMY as it plays out, and Onyx Coin is about 4 or 5 days behind Swift in terms of it playing out. So we're going to see JASMY pop off, Swift pop off, and then Onyx Coin pop off, kind of in that order is what it kind of looks like right now. So very, very bullish. As long as Bitcoin doesn't have a dramatic crash and invalidate these structures, we are looking at a potential nice run to the upside on all three of these projects. So I'm looking very, very excited about that. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, I showed this over in a video that I uploaded this evening, but guys, so a lot of people have been asking me about Swift's bridgers, their swap, their all-chain bridge. So this is it here. Very similar to Onyx Coin's protocol. You just connect your wallet and then you can swap, right? Over 400 plus projects over here on the all-chain bridge. They added support for the KASPA network, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, everything, right? Everything you could think of and more is over here on the all-chain bridge. But it doesn't stop there, guys, because they also, remember I told you guys that they integrated an AI tool about 2 weeks ago, and I told you how big that news was? Well, check this out, guys. Here we go. We're going to start using their AI tool a lot more. As you can see, it gives you real quick rundown, gives you the current price, all that stuff, 24-hour change, up or down, the low in the last 24 hours. Scrolling down, it gives you over here the daily BTC actual coin price is in green. That's the actual coin price action. And then the AI is in red. The AI prediction is the red line, right? So look how closely the AI is predicting the movements of Bitcoin here. Pretty freaking close, right? And then again, scrolling down, if you want to use this tool to learn how to use some of these tools like the moving averages, the oscillator indicators, you can check this stuff out, guys, to find out where your buy and sell orders are or where they should be. Here you have your prices, right? So on the exponential moving average, up at 97,667, you can see that there would be a sell order or a sell alert there, so you can telling you take profits because we may come back down. Then you move down here, and what do you see? Like the simple moving average 50 at 95,434 is a clear buy signal, right? So if you want to learn how to do stuff, and this is all from Swift, you guys. This is Swift tech, right? I told you guys this was mega bullish. And then you can continue on. They have charts. You can see your buy signals, your sell signals, so on and so forth. You can check all this stuff out, right? See your BTC price prediction based on the internet companies and niche tech markets. There's a lot to go over, guys, a whole lot. So I highly recommend checking it out. Very bullish on Swift. More money, bounce token, good 50x. Nice, bullish. Cool, awesome, man. River, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. My guy, what's up? Why does Trump continue to call your prime minister Governor Trudeau? Canada is a country, not a state. Because Trudeau is a, how do I put this? Rated PG. He's a liberal. Let's just put it that way. He pees sitting down. How does that sound? Okay. So we need to get rid of him as a prime minister. He needs to be voted out. We're hoping to do that next year in the fall, our elections, because Trump has no respect for Trudeau, and I don't blame him. Canadians don't have respect for Trudeau. So, I wouldn't expect Trump to. So that's why he's calling him governor, because he's mocking him, right? So, and I don't blame him. David, what's up, buddy? Time is money. 6 cents incoming. Let's go. No wonder why they want him to resign. Yeah, we're there. We are heavily calling for his resignation. Exactly. Yes, we got it. We got to get this country going in the right direction again. 100%, man. 100%. Okay. What else do we have? Pomp. Let's hear from Mr. Pompliano. Grant Cardone, he discusses why traditional savings methods are less effective than that of BTC.
And again, it's cultural, right? Is if you grow up in an environment where your parents or your grandparents tell you, save your money, put in the bank, you'll be okay.
Save for a rainy day.
We now culturally have shifted where that strategy no longer works. And so most people will tell you investing is risky. but actually holding dollars is the riskiest thing you can do, right? Because investing, you may win, you may lose, and there's things you can do to mitigate risk. But holding dollars, you're guaranteed to lose your purchasing power. And so I think that this cultural idea of like investing is risky has to be eroded away. And what I always tell people is the rise of personal responsibility is important to pay attention to. Because how do you get comfortable doing something? You do the work, right? You have confidence because you spent the time and energy to go and get educated. And so if you want investing not to be risky, then go do the work.
I'm either going to go invest in the stock market or ETFs or mutual funds or this new asset class, Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin better than even let's say Microsoft?
I don't necessarily think that anything is better or worse. It's all depending on your personal financial situation. I think that the Bitcoin story is very easy for people to wrap their head around, which is in the traditional financial system, I have a savings account, I have a checking account, and I got a brokerage account. In this new digital world, Bitcoin is that digital savings account. I just simply put money in there. What do you do in your savings account in the regular world? You don't touch it. Right. So just dollar cost averaging into something like Bitcoin with some portion of your portfolio and leave it and just let it go. And then you still have the ability to live off of your checking account. You still can buy stocks or buy other assets, whatever, in your brokerage account. But this idea of a new digital savings account that isn't in dollars is really powerful.
But I would suggest, based on what you're saying out there, and then also my meeting with Mike Saylor and the 100 hours I'm trying to invest in understanding this, if I'm looking at the marketplace, and tell me what I'm missing here, is if I don't want to do cash, and then I look at the NASDAQ, which is made up of the Microsofts and the MicroStrategies and the Apples and the Netflix with tremendous amounts of cash. They no longer want their cash.
Correct.
They're not going to invest in gold. They're not going to invest in silver. They're not going to invest in their competition. So they're going to look for another asset class. And they're going to do what MicroStrategy said, and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going into Bitcoin now. And then the states, I think Pennsylvania just is looking at how can they put their cash surpluses into Bitcoin. How much of that is impacting the velocity and direction of Bitcoin right now?
Bitcoin's a very interesting story where usually technology is adopted top down. So it's militaries and countries first, then companies get it, and then only individuals, right? You think of computers, right? It used to be the mainframe computers, and then all of a sudden now we have laptops. But Bitcoin was the opposite. The individuals adopted it first. Now it's the companies and financial institutions, and we're still waiting on the countries and the militaries. And so when they show up, the beauty is that they have large pools of capital. And one of the interesting things about Bitcoin is it's the only asset I'm aware of. The higher the price goes, the less risky it gets in people's eyes.
Now explain that to me. My brother says the same thing to me.
Because if Bitcoin is first starting out and it's only worth a little bit,
cents,
everyone's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe it could still go to zero, whatever. Now we're 15 plus years into this thing. It's $1.5 trillion asset. Now people start to say, oh, wait a second, like this thing's not going away. And so if you love it at 1.5 trillion, you're going to love it even more at 3 trillion.
1.5 trillion. You're talking about the market cap, the entire cap value of all the Bitcoin in the world.
Correct.
Why should people think about market cap, not just the price of Bitcoin?
Well, one of the things in the stock market is if you look at the market cap of a business, that can be manipulated because they can issue more stock. With Bitcoin,
so Apple's
only
3 trillion or 2 trillion.
Yeah, but with Bitcoin, there's only 21 million. And so as that market cap goes up, you just divide it by 21 million. That's how many, what each Bitcoin is worth. And then the beauty of it is that
you can't make more shares of Bitcoin.
You cannot. And so when I first started talking about Bitcoin to large, institutional investors, et cetera, a lot of them would say it's too small. I need to write $100 million, $500 million check. I can't buy the asset when it's only a couple $1 billion. Today, now they all can do it. And so as it's gotten larger pools of capital can come in. If large pools of capital come in, obviously that pushes the price higher, and it becomes this kind of reflexive thing. And so, it's very interesting that my message to people is just get off zero. I don't care how much you buy. I don't care half a percent, 1%, buy one Bitcoin, buy half, whatever. Just like don't own zero. Right. If you own zero, it's probably the wrong number. Anything above that is up to you and your personal situation.
I do like that concept. Get off zero. Nobody should hold zero Bitcoin. For sure, I agree with that. Jacob King, guys, interesting little fact that people are not really talking about here. Check this out. Tether has not minted anything in over 2 weeks, and nobody knows why. This has been sending shockwaves through the crypto market, but no one's really talking about it. Tomorrow, Tether will be officially banned in Europe for refusing to comply with regulatory requirements. As a result, hundreds of exchanges will be delisting Tether, the glue holding the market together. The ticking time bomb is about to explode. I disagree with the ticking time bomb part, because all that's going to happen is all that liquidity is not just going to leave crypto, because Tether has to leave Europe and stuff, right? All that liquidity is just going to flow over to Circle's USDC and other stable coins, right? Like Ripple's RLUSD and so on and so forth. Like the money's not going to leave crypto. It's just going to transfer over to a different stable coin, right? Guys, there are certain narratives in crypto that are complete and utter BS, right? Tether going under, for example. It's not going to happen all at once like that, okay? All that liquidity and all that market cap in Tether is going to slowly start to flow into Circle's USDC and all these other stable coins, and then Tether will slowly die off, right? And they'll die off because they refuse to get proper audits and they refuse to meet regulatory standards, so they will die off, right? That's just the way that it works. So no, it's not going to just kill crypto if Tether slowly disappears. All that liquidity is just going to flow into other stable coins, like the one that seems to be the golden boy is Circle's USDC, right? Accepted everywhere. Another narrative is 99% of crypto is going to go to zero. That's another narrative that's complete and utter BS that people push out there. Guys, that's exactly the same thing as saying that 99% of all of the stock markets, like all the stocks on the stock market, are going to go to zero. 99.9% of them. All of these thousands of different companies that do thousands of different things, they're all going to go to zero because Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense. Why would an AI project go to zero because Bitcoin? Why would a Web3 gaming platform who builds, who has Web3 gaming projects building on top of their network, why would that go to zero because Bitcoin? It's like saying Burger King is going to go to zero. It's going to go under because Target sells jackets. It doesn't make any sense. They're not competing companies. They have nothing to do with each other. So this narrative that 99% of cryptos are going to go to zero because Bitcoin, right? It's stupid. But some people that you would consider very intelligent continue to push narratives like that, right? Now, if you're telling me what they mean is 99% of meme coins are going to go to zero, okay, yeah, I could see that. A lot of meme coins will survive, but most meme coins die off, right? Because they don't do anything. That's not a knock on meme coins. I'm just saying, if you were to tell me 99% of meme coins will die off, okay, I could buy that. But 99% of cryptos are going to die off and go to zero because Bitcoin, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? River, he will need to nail polish River before boxing gloves, my guy. Trudeau, yeah. Swift is looking a little green. Yeah, Swift is looking juicy. It's up to 9.5% now. G Baby, what's up, man? Jasmy to the moon, January 6th. Let's frickin' go. Okay, what else do we have? All right, we have another article. Let's check this out. U.S. stock tumble as Bitcoin remains stuck at 95K. Is the Santa rally already over? Wall Street's so-called Santa Claus rally seems to have tripped over its own feet, while Bitcoin, the supposed king of volatility, is just sitting there like a lump, stuck at 95K. Is this how we're ending 2024? Flat stock performance, stagnant Bitcoin, and investors gnawing on their nails instead of celebrating the end of the year windfall? The Dow barely scrapped together a gain of 0.04%. The S&P 500 dipped by 0.02%, and the NASDAQ went completely nowhere. Treasury yields through the roof. The 10-year note hits its highest point since May, sitting at 4.58% before a late-day pullback. This surge in yields is a big problem for growing stocks, especially tech giants, which have propped up the market all year now. The Magnificent Seven are wobbling, and with them, the hopes of a December rally. For those who don't obsess over market quirks, the Santa Claus rally is a cute little phenomenon where stocks rally in the final trading days of the year, thanks to low liquidity, year-end bonuses, and tax loss harvesting. It started to look promising earlier this week. Then reality smacked Wall Street right in the face. Mixed economic data, hawkish signals from the Fed, and geopolitical tensions quickly killed the buzz. The Fed is holding firm on its less than dovish outlook for 2025. With way fewer rate cuts than markets were hoping for, higher yields are squeezing growth stocks, which is terrible news for the market dominated by mega cap tech. The S&P 500 top 10 stocks now account for 40% of the index's market cap, a level that blows past the peak of the dot-com bubble. If these giants stumble, the rest of the market doesn't stand a chance. New U.S. jobless claims data added to the tension. Initial claims dropped slightly, which sounds great, but ongoing claims climbed in their highest levels since 2021. Translation: people are losing jobs, and they're struggling to find new ones. Combined with uncertainty surrounding President Donald Trump's policies, and you've got a sense of the market chaos. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is sitting there doing absolutely nothing. It's been bouncing between 92,500 and 96,000 for days now, a far cry from its December peak of $108,268. As of press time, it's down 3.6% on the day, trading at $95,693. That's a drop of over $3,500 in 24 hours, and the market cap is down 1.89 trillion. Trading volume isn't exactly inspiring either, clocking in at about 39.59 billion. This isn't just a Bitcoin problem. The entire crypto market's feeling sluggish. Analysts blame profit-taking after Bitcoin's monster rally earlier this month, as well as tighter liquidity driven by the Fed's hawkish cut. Still, there's a glimmer of life. Institutional interest hasn't dried up. MicroStrategy, always the Bitcoin cheerleader, added another $561 million worth of BTC to its stash. Bitcoin ETFs are still pulling in cash, with weekly inflows topping 300 million even in this downturn. But for the average trader, this kind of stagnation is painful. The Fear and Greed Index, which measures investor sentiment, is sitting at 54, smack in the middle of neutral territory. Will the Santa rally make a last-minute comeback? Can Bitcoin escape its $95,000 prison? Or are we staring at the start of a rough 2025? No one knows. Big things popping, little things stopping. Look at PRQ token running hard. My friend, if you want me to look at your tokens, there's a little tab at the top. It says goals, and you put your altcoin requests in there, and I will look at every token that you want. And what else do we have? Rumble stock is up over 130% since adopting Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. A coincidence or a good business plan? You tell me. All right, what do we got? Let's go back and look at, what do we want to look at? Let's look at JASMY. Let's have one last look over at JASMY. Just kind of, sideways, little tiny green candle. We'll see what happens. As long as we stay outside of here, let's break above 4 cents in the next 24 hours. That would be perfect. That's what I want to see. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, that is the news. That's the chat. That's the stream. I will be going live. We're going to be doing a group video call over on the Patreon live in about 20 minutes. So make sure you guys are over there for that. If you have questions, if you want to start learning how to navigate this market, how to use tools, how to set your exit strategies, if you need to know how to identify where liquidity is in the market so that you can set your sell orders and actually have them fill so you can leave this market with your profits intact, get over to the Patreon, guys. Schedule your one-on-one coaching sessions with me. You can join our group video calls we do every single evening. And you can learn to be a pro. You can learn to make that passive income. We've set up 2 different amazing project node operations over there as well. So if you want to start learning passive income, check that out, guys. We're helping people with junctions, node operations, and with beams. So if you want to get over there and start learning how to do that stuff, guys, get your butts over to the Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the chat. I will see you guys live over on the Patreon in about 15 minutes. Peace.